Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video, I'll be doing a quick unboxing of the iQOO 7 and a quick hands-on review as well. So with that said, here's the box. In India, this phone is being launched in two variants. Base variant is priced at 32,000 rupees for 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. Next variant is priced at 36,000 rupees for 12GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. It's available in 4 colors: Storm Black, Solid Ice Blue, Black and Monster Orange. We have the Monster Orange color in the 12GB variant. Now the main highlights for this phone would be its performance. This phone sports a Snapdragon 870 5G processor, an amazing looking AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate, super fast charging speeds and pretty good cameras as well. And most importantly, this phone also comes with dual stereo speakers, which is something we rarely see in other phones, especially in this price segment with all these specs. So overall, it's a flagship level phone in around 30,000 rupees. So without any further delays, first let's have a quick unboxing. So here's the box. It just says 7 on the front, iQOO at the top corner. On the back side we have the pricing and some more information. Now let's unbox it. It has a pretty unique packaging. First we have a small envelope, following that is the phone. Under the phone we have the barcode stickers. Next we have a soft silicone case, followed by a USB Type-C charging cable. And finally we have a super fast 66-watt flash charger. Once again, here's a soft silicone case. Next, inside the envelope, we get the SIM card ejector and some documentation. Now back to the phone, let me just remove the cover and the stickers. Now this is how the phone looks on the front and this is how the phone looks on the back. Now let's have a physical overview. On the back, this phone has a 3D curved glass back with a nice matte finish and anti-fingerprint coating. So it prevents a lot of smudges and it looks pretty clean. Especially this Monster Orange looks pretty unique and much different from other phones in this price segment. At the top we have the camera module with a triple camera setup along with dual LED flash and some more branding information. By the way, we also have this Monster branding at the back. Now on the front we have an amazing looking display with a 2.5D curved glass for protection with a punch hole design. By the way, we also get a free screen guard pre-applied, which is something I really appreciate. Above the display we have the earpiece and some sensors. Below the display it's completely plain. Considering the price, I would say the chin of the phone is pretty decent. I won't say the bezels are super slim, but overall it's pretty decent. Now for the sides, on the right side we have the power and volume buttons made of metal. They have a nice clicky feel to them and they are sufficiently elevated. On the left side it's completely plain. At the top we have just a secondary microphone for noise cancellation. Finally at the bottom we have the SIM card tray housing 2 nano SIM slots. There's no SD card support, so if you want more storage you have to get the bigger variant. Following the SIM card tray, we have the primary microphone, USB Type-C charging port, and the secondary speaker grill. Now this phone has a thickness of 8.4 mm and weighs 196 grams. In hand, it feels pretty sleek, pretty comfortable to hold. As for the weight, it does feel slightly on the heavier side. Now this is how the phone looks with the free case on. It's just a soft transparent case. It can just give you some grip and prevent unnecessary smudges, that's all. Not a lot in terms of protection. So if you're worried about dropping your phone and breaking it, I would definitely suggest you to get a better case. Now with that said, these are the complete specifications of this phone. On the rear, this phone has a triple camera setup with a 48 megapixel primary camera with optical image stabilization and Sony IMX598 sensor. That's followed by a 13 megapixel wide angle camera with 120-degree field of view and a 2 megapixel dedicated camera for taking macro shots. For selfies, we get a 16 megapixel camera with f2.0 aperture. As for the display, this phone sports a 6.62 inch AMOLED display with Full HD Plus resolution with 120Hz refresh rate and a peak brightness of 1300 nits. It's also HDR10 Plus supported and it's definitely one of the best looking displays in this price segment. As for performance, this phone sports a Snapdragon 870 5G processor with Adreno 650 GPU with up to 12GB of RAM and up to 256GB of UFS 3.1 storage. By the way, these are the benchmark scores. As for the battery department, this phone sports a 4400 mAh battery, supports fast charging and comes with a 66-watt flash charger inside the box. You can completely charge your phone from 0 to 100% in less than 30 minutes. So that's definitely some pretty incredible charging speeds. And finally, this phone also has dual stereo speakers and it's also high-res certified. Now coming back to the phone, this is how the home screen or the default page looks like once we turn it on and set it up. This is the default home screen. Next, this is the app drawer. This is a notification panel. Now let's check the about page. Right out of the box, this phone will be running FunTouch OS 11.1 Global Edition based on Android 11 with the June 1st security patch, which is pretty good. As for the storage, we get about 235 GB of space for our user apps and user data. Now this is the camera user interface. It looks pretty similar to the previous iQOO phones. Photo is the default mode. On the left side we have the portrait and night mode. On the right side we have the video mode and the more section. We have the similar interface even for the front camera. Now these are some sample shots. Now let's test the speakers. Speakers on this phone are pretty loud. They're definitely good enough for media consumption and obviously great for ringtones and alarms. Audio is crisp and sounds great. If you're someone who watches a lot of content on your phone, especially on speakers, then you'll definitely appreciate it. Besides that, this phone also has an in-display fingerprint scanner and the performance is pretty good. Here's a quick preview. It almost instantaneously unlocks the phone. We also have the face unlock feature. In good lighting conditions and even in low lighting conditions, it is pretty fast. Almost instantly unlocks the phone. It even works pretty well in complete darkness. So guys, based on my initial impressions, I would say this is definitely a pretty good phone for a starting price of 32,000 rupees. This phone packs in some great performance, also has some additional customization like graphite layer and liquid cooling system for better gaming experience, an amazing looking display, faster charging speeds and pretty good cameras. So overall, it is a very well built phone which really doesn't compromise in any area. So if you're looking for a phone around 32,000 rupees with flagship level specs or the experience, then I can definitely recommend you this phone. So guys, what do you think about this phone? Do let me know by commenting below this video, and if you're planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description. It always helps the channel. With that said, this is Nikhil signing off. See you in my next video.